So now I have a bit of a philosophical question. This is obviously a busy sector. I mean, you guys must be busy, and your guests will be also busy people. As yet, having a podcast takes time and effort. Why are you doing this? Why do you want to take time away from your work and everything else you do and invest in a podcast like this that does, I mean, clearly it doesn't make money, and you have a conversation. Of course, we all like to have conversations, but so why are you doing it? So, Mike, let's start with you. Why do you put your time into this?
I love this question, Nick, and I think to put it in the shortest way possible, go do a search for healthcare podcast. You'll find that there's no shortage of them. But we wanted to put one together and center it around our conversations around data, around building smarter systems. I think Mike and I both believe strongly that interoperability is no longer optional, and it affects patients and providers alike. Yeah, Mike, what are your thoughts?
I want to build off of what you were just saying, Ben, because I agree with you. Like interoperability is, once upon a time, interoperability looked like me calling up your staff and your staff faxing me documents. Or maybe, even earlier than that, the patient had to request the document and bring it to me. We are still dealing with some of those things, but we are well beyond that in terms of the capabilities that exist technically. And the ability for you to begin doing things that would have seemed inconceivable even 10 years ago with the changes that have happened with AI, the changes that have happened with the build out of infrastructure and the changes that have happened in the policy and standard space. That is really going to open up the ability or has opened up already and continues to open up the ability for us to reach for goals that I think when it comes to clinical care, to providing care to patients have always existed. How can I understand you better? How can I identify quickly what is going on and help you to improve? How can I keep you from getting sick and help you to live your best life? Those are things that we've always been motivated by in healthcare. Why listen to our podcast? What is the difference? So part of it is around that data. Part of it is around the idea of practical implementation. I think part of it is going to be passion. I expect that we're going to have, interesting conversations with passionate people. We're passionate about what we're doing. And so, I think that now is a very important time we're centered here in the United States. In the United States, now is a very important time in healthcare. There's a lot of change going on from the top down. How is that going to impact individuals? How is that going to impact populations? We want to talk about those kinds of things, but we want to talk about it from a solutions-oriented perspective. What can be done? How can we make things better with the tools that we have? And what are those challenges and how can we tackle them together? And so I think that's what's going to be compelling about this podcast.